Yeah, and so the tooth fairy says, $20, same as in town. Hey, what's up, Skywalker with Imagination Creation Films, and today it is Friday, November 25th, 2022. That's right, it is International Unsubscribe from 117 Emails That You Never Subscribed To Day. How is your day going? How are you feeling today? How are you? Because I want to know. No, seriously, I just would like to know. It's a wonderful day. Yesterday in America was Thanksgiving. That's where we sit around and stuff our faces with turkey. And speaking of turkey, we won't talk about him. But I made yesterday. I'm not trying to brag because I honestly did not expect this at all. But I made probably the best turkey I've ever had in my life, and I am a connoisseur of turkeys. I smoked it. I recorded everything that I did, and it was phenomenal. Got rave reviews, lots of this. To which I finally conceded that, wow, maybe it was pretty good. It was really good. I was really excited, and I am bringing that to Raw Cuts. I don't know if that's going to be the first one we're going to be doing on Raw Cuts, but Raw Cuts is coming along. If you follow me on Facebook, not so much on Instagram. I don't know why I don't post all the same thing to everything, but the set's coming along nice. Well, both sets. So we got two sets going on. We got the tech set over there. We got the kitchen set coming over. Yeah, we got gas now. We got our stove in place. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited. So, how is everyone? Hey, we've got King. Hey, King. How's it, Scott? Are you excited to pick up the Canon R5 Mark II? You mean the 61 megapixel, 60 frame per second, 8K backlit CMOS sensor camera? Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It's backlit, so dynamic range might actually be nice now for a change. So, yeah. Hello, Ollie. How are you? Are you feeling good today? All I saw was deep fried turkey vids on socials. Smoked, and it was. I'm gonna have to order another HDMI thing. There's no way around it because she's still using it, and so I don't get to use it, and that's not acceptable. But that doesn't. You know what? Let's try this. That's a picture of the bird, and it still had about an hour left. It was phenomenal. It was incredible. The interesting thing about it was so incredibly juicy. 4 hours later, you know how you're so like stuffed at the table after eating lunch, and you're like, I can't eat another bite, and then someone puts 5 pies out there, and you find the room to eat a slice of each of the pies, and you're really like feeling bad, and like 4 hours later you're like, I'm hungry, and you go over there and the turkey's still sitting out because you didn't get up from the chair. The turkey was still extremely juicy, and that was like really telling to me. Today I had what little bit of turkey was left. Put that in the microwave. I understand. I know. We can chastise Scott later. In the microwave. When I pulled it out, it was still juicy. There's so much. It was unbelievably delicious. I was really excited. So Ollie, I'm sad that you didn't see any smoking vids, but you will on Raw Cut soon. Little echo in there. Really? Oh, what is this? I bet it's gone now. That's weird. Don't know how that button got pushed, but I bet you it's from this camera right here. Yeah, you know. Hey, Philip, how are you? It got a little bit of an echo. Go, okay, I don't anymore. I got rid of it. It's gone. Camille, hello, Netherlands. How are you? Sound is not good. I got it. Fixed it. Fixed it. Got it. It wouldn't be an official Scott Balcom live stream if we didn't screw up something over here. And it's really sad that that's a thing. You would think, I literally this time, 30 minutes ahead, I went through and sure enough, it reset my input on my video, and I checked the audio as well, and it was switched over, and I switched it all to the right things, checked all the cameras, everything was good, did the check focus, or check audio. I don't know how the on button got pressed for camera 3. I must have bumped it. Me. George. Hello, George. How are you, buddy? Unbox. Wow. Man, haven't talked to you in forever, but how are you, man? Did you have a nice holiday yesterday? Aloha. Aloha, Phil. I guess that's where you are. Shouldn't be any more echo. Should be gone. Yes, everybody says it's gone. Hey, Phil. How are you, buddy? You doing good? Real quick, because Phil probably just drops it just so I do this, but no, I was going to do it anyway. If you were looking at the film color LUTs, those, I don't know how many, 500 LUTs now? Something incredible. Those really detailed LUTs that Phil has been producing for years. Film Color 3 is now $75 off for today, I think. I don't know if it goes any further, but you should jump on those if you so choose. Hello, Ryan Campbell. Hey, Ryan, I want you to see something. Right here. I don't know if you can actually see what that says, but you should know what it says. In fact, I bet I could do this. Let's see if we can make this happen here on the magic. Let's see if we can now zoom. Come on. There we go. Oh, what does that say? What does that say? Tell me, Ryan. Tell me what it says. Yeah. I told you I would put it on my set. And it's been a while since you've been on, but it's there. It's there. Grossman fixed it. Camille, that's better. Yep, good. We need info on Son of Komodo. What do you mean, Son of Komodo? I don't know what you're talking about. Imperfection is your MO, and we love it. Don't have a videographer handle audio. Yeah, right. Doing great, back in town for a minute. Well, that's good. That's good. Probably be right back out of town, probably Monday. I'm assuming you came in for a quick little dinner with the folks and enjoy some delicious foods and company. And Ryan says, that's fantastic. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. Much love. Yep. Next version. Philip, I could not tell you anything if I knew anything. What I have are speculations, but those are speculations. Last week we had a question about, what am I going to feel? It was a oddly worded question, but it was, how was I going to feel when Red loses their patent in 2027, which is a strange way of saying it, when their patent expires. So I went down the rabbit hole, and it's interesting because I had said, if they haven't continued to improve their patents, and they have. So it is the earliest anybody could utilize part of a patent is 2028. But the way things are done today, the way people would want to do things today, would infringe on another patent, which goes to 2034. So as we were talking about that I really wanted to find out the information on that, find out a little more. There's a lot of patents that they have, and they're not they're not evil by doing it. They're protecting their intellectual property that they have patented. So that is an interesting thing. We'll also talk about. I was planning on doing a video about it. I just don't know how informative it would be, and if people would take it the wrong way. But just talking about when patents finally expire and people can use it, how long of a time that actually is before people could really use it. And then secondarily, these are topics we can talk about, the rumors of the next Canon Cinema EOS C700 Mark II with possibly R3D. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Now, we can certainly talk about that, whichever you would like. Phil, are you on land, sea, or in the air? Well, he's home, so he's probably on land, but hi, how are you? Yeah, we just had this brief intermission for everyone to go out and get tacos because today is Friday and everyone loves tacos. And he's in another rhyme, so he's not on land, sea, or in air, but rather Phil is sitting in a chair. And this concludes today's Dr. Scoots. Pretty bad. So let's see here. I honestly didn't think there'd be very many people on today. It just didn't feel like one of those days that people would be jumping on, but I am very, very happy to see all of you. It's rather interesting. I have a feeling that we'll be seeing a review video or some kind of video from Peter McKinnon. I'm pretty sure he bought a V-Raptor. Pretty sure. Just going by his last video, and he's teased that he bought a new camera. And the way he said things, I'm like, yeah, you bought a V-Raptor. You definitely bought a V-Raptor. Hey there, Daniel. How are you? You doing good? You're like my, you and Alistair Robbie in Australia are like my only friends on Mastodon. I can't find any others. I'm so pathetically old. It was kind of funny because I had posted that, I clearly don't understand Mastodon and finding it. And a bunch of people jumped in to help just right off the bat, which was kind of cool, kind of welcoming and inviting. But anybody that uses Mastodon, it's new and it's quirky and it's got a lot of weird things because of the way it's built. But the one thing that's interesting, you can't search words. You have to only search hashtags. And I thought that was interesting, which really opened the door. I was able to find people. Phil is editing footage like a boss. Yep, that's what he do. And again, film color, $75 off. That's a heck of a deal. I don't know how long that is, Phil. You can say down below. If you want to drop a link, Phil, I think I can approve it. It may just reject it. But if you got a link to your, I can't. Daniel says it's a little slow over there. It is, and it's the Twitter is Twitter's in a strange place right now. It's not bad. It's not good. It's it didn't crash. It's strong, but it's interesting to see where it goes. I have a feeling, and we talked about last week, that when all is said and done, Twitter will be better than it's ever been, and he'll probably use it, but he will be stepping away as leader. That's my guess. I don't know. I know nothing about the technologies anymore. Clearly, I can't even use Mastodon. That's probably a server name. CVP just posted a video on the Dragon sensor. I watched, really? On the Dragon, wow. I'll have to watch that one. I like the Dragon sensor. It's still one of my favies. I just remember getting tons and tons of stories over a lot of alcohol one night about Dragon sensors. It's great. Reach, hello, Reach. How you doing? You're doing quite well over there on your little channel. If anybody likes, enjoys similar to me, Reach has his little channel down there, and he's catching up. He's going to pass me. I don't ever grow fast, except for, and that's going to change. Yep. Scott says, you should check out CVP's Red Dragon vid. Maybe inspirational for you to keep it and shoot some sickness. I know. And I keep seeing these prices. They're all over the chart. And I really don't know what anything's actually selling for, which is sad because you see it all listed for sale and then you don't see it listed for sale, but you have no idea what it actually sells for. So it could end up being just one of those that I kind of just keep, but that means I have to come up with some extra amount of cash for V-Raptor Super 35. Dragon is still one of my favorite. Oh, don't get me wrong, Daniel. But Dragon, absolutely one of my all-time. And Monstro would edge it out for me. V-Raptor does edge it out. But I'm going to lump V-Raptor and Monstro together and just call it V-Raptor and then Dragon. Because I really think Dragon, yeah, we got the love on Dragon. And Glass says, this is where the party is at. It is where the party is at. Dragon to me was one of the most important sensors Red has made. It was the big one that got a lot of film people to look at digital as a primary medium, myself included. Yes. Agreed. The skin, just skin, everything skin with Dragon was so incredible. And then it was nature when I got it. That was incredible. Hey, Cam, how are you? Good to see. We still gotta go get coffee, adult beverages, whatever. We gotta make that happen. I'll be in and out of Austin next couple of weeks shooting. Daniel says, I never got into the helium a whole lot, but I did love the Monstro on my last features. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. And it's, it's like Coke, Pepsi kind of thing. It is kind of fun though that Red has, Airy has an airy look. So it is Coke with a new can, higher definition Coke with a new can, bigger, better, wider dynamic range, better color Coke in a new can. That's Airy. Sony has Sony flavors, blah, blah, blah. Red is like the only one that does flavors. So you can have Coke, you can have cherry Coke, you can have Diet Coke. I mean, it's kind of funny, and it's weird because different people like different sodas, and like helium. Helium, it's not to my taste. A lot of people love helium, and I am interested because Jared said last week that they had done some tests comparing helium and a V-Raptor and V-Raptor Super 35, and he said it was really surprising, which is inconclusive. We can't draw what that means. We don't know. Was helium incredible, or was V-Raptor so much better? What? We don't know. We'll have a feeling. We'll know soon for sure. So Ollie, yeah, the VistaVision Dragon never panned out. So this is an interesting story. I've shared it a couple times, but you've been in and out for sure. So what was happening was Dragon was set. They got Dragon. They were producing wafers and were getting really good yields on the wafer. So with 8K, there's less sensors per wafer, and each wafer, I forget what it calls. What I was told by Jared was each wafer was like a Lamborghini, a brand new Lamborghini, and they were getting yields of maybe 1 good sensor per wafer. So each Dragon VistaVision that he was selling, I think it was advertised as a $20,000 upgrade, but if you signed up to get it when the original weapon was, I think you got it for 10. Phil could comment on that. But so he was selling a Lamborghini for like 10 grand, and they did it quite a few times. Were not getting the yield and didn't seem like they were going to get a good yield, which is why they immediately brought helium out quickly, and kind of pushed Dragon back a little bit, because that you can't sustain, you can't lose that kind of money. It was it was a lot, but it was interesting, and they still exist. They have them at Red, and as I understand it, you could rent them if the project was right. I guess you could get them from Red for a project, but you can't own them. Interesting. I'm on the road again. I'll be back after the 15th, down to get some holiday beers. Absolutely. So now we've negotiated. We're on adult beverages. So yeah, now we're just haggling the dates. Got it. The Dragon is Mexican Coke. It's true. It's like Dragon is. Oh man, I'm so bad with waters. The Mexican mineral water, carbonated mineral water. Dragon is like that too. Because VistaVision Dragon could only tilt. I don't know what that means. I personally do love helium. Used it for 3 indie features, although gotta agree with skin tones on Dragon sensor, just better. And Dragon is one of those, you just feed it light. All the light you got, you just give it to it, and it will just take it right in and produce beautiful. It gets noisy really easily down low when you're low on light, but it's magical. It's magical. Jacob, hey Jacob, how are you doing, man? You just here to troll me? Troll away. I can take trolling from you. It's no problem at all. Let's see here. Daniel says, I shot a couple of features where I used a Komodo and a helium, and the Komodo just looked better. Let me ask you this, Daniel. Where, because I don't want to say my thoughts, and hopefully you haven't heard them before. Where in the dynamic range did you not like helium? Because to me, there was a specific part that I didn't like. It just didn't look right. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on that. And it's just a prop. Don't worry. It needs to be destroyed, so I'm just going to use arson and burn it. So, that's even worse. Dragon was about 1 good sensor per 300 to 500. After testing for a month, I upgraded to Monstro, and it is a better sensor. I had one of the 6 8K Vista. Yeah, I remember hearing there were 8 out there. There were 8 in the wild, and I'm pretty sure I was told by an appropriate person that that all of them got back, and there was monochromes. There's 2 monochromes, I think. Wasn't there another Dragon sensor, Phil, that was a different format, like like for anamorphic? Is that right? I'm trying to remember. It's on one of the live streams. Jared was on here talking about it, saying that they had produced a bunch. Oh, I think it was that. Is that one that we were talking till like 5 hours at night, where he was telling us all the stories about the shooting Hateful Eight in the studios there. I can't get this label off. It's really irritating me. I don't like my labels. This is OCD at its finest. I get it. I get it. This is also really old, too. Carlos says, I'm here to ask all the question. Ask away. Feel free. That's insane. Kimmel, I still can't pronounce the name. Kimmel or Kimmel? Kimmel? Helium noise wasn't pleasant looking. I can see that. It wasn't my initial gripe, but I can see that. For being a glass of firewood. Thank you, Camille. I appreciate that. Dragon 8K 6.5. Yeah, used an 8K Vista version that had defect. Oh, that's right. I am being very cautious. I get told things by a lot of people, and I want to make sure that I never say anything that anybody tells me in confidence. So I always say something that I know somebody has publicly stated. Just like, just oddly, like, I get a lot of pre-information on cameras, sometimes long before they get out, and I'm not under NDA with those companies, but I automatically friend DA people, and so I will. I mean, it would be awesome to be the guy who breaks all the stories, but that's not me. I would rather give you all the information when it's appropriate. So if someone else leaks it publicly, then I will talk about it. And I know that kind of sounds weak to a lot of people, but I've proven it. Okay, Daniel says it wasn't really the DR, it was how it reproduced colors in general. Okay. Komodo feels like a dragon. Yeah, I agree with that. I would lie to place the camera, and it looks great. But when I placed the helium, it always needed to tweak. Yeah, Daniel, for me, it was the highlights on helium. The highlights and the highlight roll-off, it didn't feel right to me. It's almost like it just went, or actually it would go just flat. It was really odd, and I always use Dragon as a reference because Dragon has a ton of stops in the highlights where I could really pull apart clouds. And in helium, it's not quite so easy to do my skies the way I like to do my skies. Carlos says, has port keys gotten better with firmware updates? Where do you stand on the Komodo in terms of port keys or small HD? So, has port keys gotten better? Marginally. It's a clunky interface, and the updates are minor and kind of fix a few things, but overall it's a clunky thing. So, small HD. I mean, I've owned a lot of small HDs, and some of them were good, some of them are clunky, and it's weird. So, what are my thoughts on it? I tend to use monitors, except for DSMC2, and when VRaptor comes around, I'll use it differently then. We'll see what I sing my tune on Small HD then. I tend to not use the monitors since I don't have like a full control like DSMC2 on Komodo. I don't use the monitors' abilities at all. The port keys, I don't use those abilities. It's nice to have them on there, but I never use them. What I do use on the monitors, I do use false colors. I do use the focus peaking. Sometimes I do use the zoom. I use scopes, that kind of thing. Those I will use on monitors. And when it comes to that, I find the port keys is an incredibly hard to beat value for the brightness, because small HD is not that bright. Well, it depends on which one, but it's still not quite that bright even. The OC is a 7-inch, bigger. I haven't tested the new screen on the OC G7, which supposedly has a better screen that doesn't shift in color when you brighten it up. But for older eyes, 7-inch is pretty phenomenal. And I find myself using OC primarily. It is my primary monitor that I grab, but sometimes I want to get a super compact, and I will use the port keys. And then sometimes I want it so compact, like literally this small. And then what I break out these. This is my favorite lightweight monitor. That's so sad. I hate reading glasses, but literally that's what I have to do. So because my vision is not quite what it once was. But yeah, I mean that's my opinions. There's a lot of people out here who also have them and could give their opinions as well. What do you guys think of Portkeys firmware? It feels like I just leave the zipper on my lips all year long. Too many new characters. I know, and it's so hard to keep up. Elysium, hello. Hey there, Scott. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I smoked a turkey. It was fantastic, and I'm going to share it on Raw Cuts. Got any insight if we'll be getting a Komodo firmware update in December? What we are expecting, stated by Jared, and we'll give it a soft statement because holding him to a date is it's not fair because anything could come up between now and then. But before the end of the year, sometime in December, we are going to get a firmware update for Komodo, and it may actually include some cool stuff that people have been asking for. You can call me Kemal. I like it. Okay, Kemal. Okay, Kemal. Got it. Kemal. I like it. And it's it's so hard to figure out names. Every name. It's like was it Key and Peele when they ruined Aaron? all of those. So now it's like I really honestly don't know how to pronounce it. I try, but I care enough about communicate. Well, that's horrible. I care a lot about human interaction. I really believe, which is why if you ever see me in person, literally walk up to me and say hi, because I would much like to talk to you face to face. And anybody that has been, I know people, they do it all the time, and it always shocks me because I really don't expect it. But I honestly would love to be able to pronounce people's names properly for them because that's respect. Do I feel that V-Raptor sensor is similar to Monstro? I think it is Monstro plus about 15%, 10-15%. And most of that exists down in the shadows. It is in every way as good as Monstro, and then it excels a little. Well, it excels in so many ways. But if there was ever a question, Monstro or V-Raptor, you do V-Raptor, unless the budget just can't handle it. I know, but Monstros are really cheap, and so I do get it. You're getting a lot of V-Raptor in a Monstro, but you're getting full V-Raptor and V-Raptor. I am totally turned on by V-Raptor, and especially now Super 35 V-Raptor. Did you catch the USA? I didn't. There was a lot of my friends constantly updating, and I was hearing about it. But yeah, I heard it was basically a snooze fest. It is, yeah. We have a couple of small HD Cine 7s with red control. I wish I could tap to focus on the monitors. Do you know why this isn't? It's 100. Well, so I don't know. I think. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, I guess it would have to be on small HD to address that, because you can do that on others. So, yeah, I don't have the exact answer on that, Nick. Gregory says, I finally got my connection to work. Hey, everyone. Hey, Scott. Hey, Gregory. How are you? Carlos says, love it. Candor. Just candor. That's what you get. Evening, Greg. There we go. Hey, Ali. There we go. Kamal. I had a City 7 and swapped that for an SMC 3 version. Hated using the 3 cables for one power for one. I feel that. And it's definitely the number one question and or problem that people run into with the port keys. They hook it up, they connect it, they're like, hey, I'm not getting video. Yeah, you have to hook up the SDI, which is kind of like, really? I get it. I understand. Hey, Jeff, how are you, buddy? This is not what you say it is. This is a prop. YouTube does not allow whatever you're talking about. This is a prop, and it needs to be destroyed. I am carefully in a controlled burn, allowing this to be destroyed humanely. Do I speak virtual hug? All right, I'll take a virtual hug. 0-0 needs to beat Iran Tuesday to advance. Oof. Oops. Works really well. Hey, Curtis Boggs. How are you, buddy? Happy Thanksgiving to you, man. Big prop. This is when I buy props, this is about the size that I enjoy of props. It seems big, but it's probably because it's really close to the camera. There was this English chap named Winston, and then fill in the blank, and that's the I don't want to say it too much because the prop. If Winston Churchill was to have a prop named after him, the size would be that. Yeah. Also, there's no EL zone on the DSMC3, which is basically the same monitor as the City 7. It is basically. I reached out to Small HD, and they said, unfortunately, these units will not support EL zones. The decision. Okay, well, so, I mean, I don't see any reason for them to lie on that. So, I don't see any reason for any company to lie, but they're stating that Red does not want that, so that's probably why. I don't know why the specifics of that. But it could be a lot of things. It could be too much that would transfer across. It could be conflicting with something else. I don't know. It could just be a executive decision because that's what they want. Don't know. But Small HD says they can't do it, so they can't do it. Camille says, hey, everybody smash that like. I like you, Camille. You're my friend. Let's make this live stream very popular. Hey, Joe, Joe, this is a prop. Also, check your messages, bud. We didn't finish a conversation. Just need to know where that is, and then we'll move forward. I was just waiting on that. But Joe Nunez from Film Tools, everybody. So if you need something, Film Tools, they got you covered every time. A Winston Temple Mountain. Yes, this is a Temple Mountain prop. Yes, used on many sets. On it, cool. I am going to join props department if that's a prop. Yeah, this is a prop because YouTube will not allow me to disclose anything about what this prop represents. And since I love talking about props, it becomes a problem, which is why eventually when Rumble ever gets good enough, they will allow you to talk about these, and that's where my apparently adult show will be. Silly. Curtis says, Film Tools, my favorite place for camera gear purchases. Yeah, and they have good staff. I really like the people there. It's kind of fun. You get to have a personal one-on-one relationship with a Film Tools person, and that's nice. There's a lot of people there. I know people where I've known them previously. It's weird. It's fun. I love it. Hello, Edit. I edit. Very nice. It's Camille. Scott's live stream is by far the most popular. People just don't know it. Thank you. Did I say problem? Yes, it is a problem, and you have to give mad props to this problem. I love that you. Oh yes, Ryan. That's been discussed numerous times. I know Ollie really enjoys it too. Yes, these are not just Italian restaurant. These are literal restaurant cups. I have been accused on more than one occasion of just stealing cups from restaurants, which I do not do. I literally go to restaurant supplies and I buy these. I love these cups. They are virtually indestructible, which is why restaurants buy them. I mean, it just happens to have a brand on there. But I love these cups. Red for me, and my wife has clear. And there we go. We never sit around going, whose is whose? We just know. Show only for fans. Tumblers, yes. Tumblers, they're incredibly inexpensive. I think we get, I think they're less than $1 a piece. They're incredible. I love them. I do. Ollie, I saw your comment. I'll get to it in a minute. Reminds me of the old school Pizza Hut. Yes, it is the old school Pizza Hut cups. Actually, I think those were 16 ounce, and these are 24s. But yep, Laffy. Sent over some year-end sales figures on cameras via to your Facebook. Interesting stuff. Now, let's see what Phil has to say. I'll only be able to talk it. I won't be able to display it, unfortunately. But let's see here. So let's see. So fun stats of the year on camera sales. Out of 8.5 million cameras sold, I'm allowed to disclose this, Phil? I might want to send that over during the live stream specifically so that I can talk about it. But yeah, give me the virtual thumbs up from your chair. Scott has a fountain drink machine. I used to literally have a soda fountain. They're wildly expensive out. But I have Coke syrup. I have my soda stream hooked up to CO2, so I basically have a soda fountain. Oh man, come on, bring me back. I am. So yes, I basically have a soda fountain back there. Okay, so I can disclose fun stats at the end of the year. Out of 8.5 million cameras sold, Canon sold 45.8% of that market. It was down 2.1%. Sony sold 27% of that market, up 4.9%. Nikon sold 11.3%, down 2.4%. Fuji sold 5.9%, up 0.3%. And Panasonic sold 4.4% and was flat. Interesting. I would have expected Panasonic to kind of slowly tread down, but I guess they've released quite a few cameras. Yes, Phil comments that Sony overtook Nikon a while back. They would have moved another 3 million or so without manufacturing and shipping delays. That's true. Sony had a ton of delivery issues. That's a neat. I'm gonna open that up. Let's see. Where do you find these cups? Find a restaurant supply place. I literally, because you said something, I blanked on the name of the one I go to. It's a chain. But if you type in restaurant supply, I promise there is one in your area. And it's awesome. Awesome. I go in there and I buy all of our like baking sheets. You could buy a pan from Walmart or Amazon or whatever. It's okay. The ones you get from the restaurant supply, those are the real deal. Those are the ones that last forever. And I have an entire assortment I have half sheet, quarter sheet, 8 sheet, 16 sheet, full sheet, which doesn't fit in the oven. I have all of those, and then the racks, everything. You go in there, it's like It's like a kid in a candy store. It's kind of amazing. But they have those tumblers. They have them in 32, 24, and 16 ounce. Sometimes they have them with and without names. I don't care, honestly. I just want the cups. Because for some reason, they disappear around here. I think people come to my house and take my cups back with them because they like them so much. Glasses right. Yeah. If you're from the Midwest, those are Ryan's restaurants. Ryan's Steakhouse. You mean the what is it? There's lots of jokes. The food trough. I don't know. I've eaten there many times. Those are that Ryan. Oh, that Ryan. I got you. Yep. Okay. Hey, Magic, man. We were just talking about you. I was with Kirchhoff shooting, and we were talking about you. Man, I haven't talked to you in forever. How are you doing, man? Everything good with you? Reach out, dude. Let's chat. It's been a while. Okay. I don't know which dude you're talking about, but yeah, pretty much everybody here. Yeah. How waterproof is the 600D Pro? Aperture shows it in heavy rain as an F4. So it is, the Pros are pretty waterproof. What they don't want you to do is take it to the extreme. It's not submergible. You could potentially get away with pouring a 5-gallon bucket of water over it, but you can't get away with pouring a 5-gallon bucket over it all the time, kind of thing. So basically, the way I would advertise it, the way I would tell people is, you don't have to run to cover your lights, but you should cover your lights anyway, just because nothing loves to be in the rain. So you're inside, you're shooting, all of a sudden you're in Florida and a downpour comes. You don't have to run to get your garbage sacks to put on top. You can walk out there with your umbrella and you'll be fine. They're pretty weatherproof, but not 100%. But so far, I don't think I'm aware of one water failure on them. So take it. I know mine have been out in the rain, and I giggled at the end because I thought for sure I'd be the guy that felt, no, they work just fine. Like with rain streaming through the body. Yep. Canon 45%. No thanks to you. I mean, maybe when the R5 Mark II comes out with the 61 megapixel backlit sensor, which is going to give it more dynamic range, maybe Scott will be like, that's the one for me. We'll see. Geez, where's your live stream from Greece? Yep. Restaurant Supply. Good tip. It's a great tip. And if you're a cook and you go to a Restaurant Supply, whoever goes with you, give them your money. Let them hold it, because you're going to go crazy. Because it's like, oh, I always wonder where I could get one of these. And they have the best stuff. Camille, ask red trousers. No, we are in shorts weather. Welcome to Texas. We're back in the well, it's supposed to get cold tomorrow again, but yeah, it's shorts weather. All you can eat buffet. Yes. Yeah, Ryan Steakhouse. If that's what you were actually talking about, yeah, those are really interesting places. There was, for the longest time, there was a Facebook page, I think, that just featured pictures from what people do in those places. And you're like, maybe I won't eat that. I don't know. It's weird. But you know, the food, it doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't taste good. And if you need to eat a lot and you're on a budget, it's not that horrible. G says, I can't offer anything more. Scott's live stream, and he's running the best camera-related stream in the intro. Well, thank you, Greg. Well, it's all of you that helps make this a community. I was laughing so hard. Do y'all follow? Wow, that is a cool. Just got to see the the stuff that Phil sent. Um, there's a channel. They are, I think, New Zealand. Pretty sure. Viva La Dirt League, and they're pretty funny. They do really good, high quality comedy, mostly game centric comedy, reenactment, fake commercials, kind of stuff. My kind of humor. But they did one today. Was just made me bust out laughing. It was how YouTubers shoot answer questions on YouTube. And he asked this one simple question: how do I do this? Goes to the video. It's 24 minutes long. Hilarious. If you have time after the live stream, of course, Viva La Dirt League. They're kind of funny. I really enjoy them. Have you invested in anything this Black Friday? Deity, Modern, and that Apple Box Dolly are tempting to me. I have right now, and I gotta wait for the wife to get home so that I can. Hopefully, she's not listening yet. So that I can butter her up and get that final approval, because I have some storage in my cart, because like Western Digital hard drives are really cheap right now. They're Red NAS Plus, and those you're going to want to jump on. If you do, please feel free to use my my Amazon link down below, or my B&H link. Oh, do I have a B&H link? I think you do. I need to update my links. It's pretty bad down there. But yeah, that's what I have. But Deity, I picked up everything before foolishly, but I mean I need them for jobs. So yeah, I haven't looked at Modern today. That's probably a good idea, because it's going to be hard enough to show her what's in my cart now. I can only talk about this for the next 8 minutes, so I have to. Yeah. Yes, Greg. Yes, if you have something to talk about, you should join. And we have Brooks. Of course, the name just jumps right out. He wants to be on the live stream too, and I may let him be on. I don't know. You guys have to tell me if you think I should let him on. He wants to be on, but we'll have to see. Johnny Brooks, our Scottish English friend, Scottish English Scottish. I don't know. He's got a little bit of a Scottish accent, but he wants to be on. Y'all tell me. I'll be happy to put anybody on here. What I don't want to do is I don't want to take away from what this live stream is primary. Yeah, it's for me to laugh and giggle and have a good time with the community, but I do want to help answer questions, or at least point people to the right place. So I don't want to take away from that, but we're all good. Oh my gosh. Hello, Mark Toya. How are you, bud? You're doing a tremendous field trip right now, which looks really, really good, by the way. I noticed that. I see you're enjoying your Starlink as well. Is that by chance for work? I'm guessing it is, and I cannot wait to find out what that's about when it's done. Greg says, which is going to happen pretty soon. Some last minute delays. Oh, cool. Bought the Atomos Ninja V+. Nice. I've looked at the Ninja 5. I really would love to play with ProRes RAW, but Resolve doesn't play with ProRes RAW, and I don't want to convert it. So, Ali says, a lot of Black Friday deals always seem to be on stock that isn't selling. Well, this is true. That's like Amazon days when everything is literally Amazon products. Hey, Tommy. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, buddy. Tommy's one of our really long-term, now about a year, I guess, of channel member. Thank you, Tommy, for being a supporter. And for your super sticker. I appreciate that. Tommy says, more things in my Amazon cart have gone up than down. Michael says, I really enjoyed your Vazen video. Have been researching the Laowa Proteus series, which are oddly similar, right? Yeah. Seems good, but have you seen some weird bokeh from the 35? Don't love the flares either. What are you thinking about them? Seems like Phil has had them forever. Phil has everything forever. Phil is like, they probably go to Phil and say, Phil, we're thinking about a lens. Phil's like, yeah, let me check them out. Yeah. So I don't have any experience on the 35 of that. I do see weird bokeh in a lot of different of these anamorphics out there, which is definitely something people need to look, because if I'm using lenses, I want them to match. The style has to match, which is why, like on my Vazen review, I was so harsh on the 28. Is standing by itself, it's a fine lens if you keep the flaring down to a minimum. But it doesn't quite match. I don't know what it is. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. There are a ton of anamorphics coming out now, and I love it. I saw the Laowa Proteuses. They're cool. The little Laowa micro anamorphics, those things are killer. They're incredible. Amazing little lenses. Camille says, hi, Australia. Greg says he can do comedy too. All right, say something funny. Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How are you, buddy? You doing well up there in the cold? Greg says, hi, Mark. Mark says, yes, but I'm turning it into a beer run. You know, if it keeps the progress going, I don't see a problem with that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sometimes that kind of stuff does really well for keeping things going. It is kind of funny. I do enjoy your pictures, though. They're awesome, and it gives you a sense of just where you're progressing everywhere. And all I can do is go, I did Black Friday last week. I am tapped out after getting the Synology 1522. Yep, that would do it. Ollie says, maybe have another stream during the week where we can all jump on and chop it up. Okay, I'll do it. Those flares were, yeah. Phil says, I own the Vazen 1.8 full frame anamorphics, tested the very, very early Proteus Slipper 35's anamorphics, and have since sent them back to the factory, but they look promising. Interesting. Atlas Orions are beautiful. I agree. Have you seen the new lens? Yes, I have. They're available for, they are quite nice. Full frame. And I talk about it because it's interesting seeing anamorphics on full frame, because we only really have ever seen it on a Super 35 style sensor. And when anamorphics get stretched out, it does weird things in the bokeh. It's wild. But I really like the Mercuries, right? And Atlas Mercury. Is that right? Am I saying that? I don't know. The new ones, yes. I saw them a little over a year ago. Really cool. I really like them. Also tested the 1.5 Atlas. Okay, Mercury. Thank you. The anamorphics, and was very impressed with the new. Yeah, they're smaller, but they're 1.5s. Which for me is kind of I love 2. I don't like 1.33. But 1.5 on the full frame looked really, really good, because like I said, it stretches out a little while, and it does some really interesting thing. Toya speaks highly of the Vazen. Yep. Mike says, Camille, you liking the Ninja 5 Plus? I have one too and enjoy it. I picked up the Shinobi 7 recently. Interface seems much less. Yeah, Shinobi's older than the 5. Much less polished than the Ninjas. Not as smooth, etc. Yeah, I had the Shogun originally, which the Shinobi took over. And yeah, it was a okay experience. I have a love-hate with them. I think the Ninja 5, though, the Ninja 5 Plus has more, but the Ninja 5 is an excellent value. And if you edit in Final Cut Pro, and I think Premiere does ProRes RAW, And that's kind of a cool. If you have a Sony camera, that'd be really good. Your Sigma Cine review. Yeah, I need to actually. There's something about that. Now that's a set where all lens match. Yeah, you're exactly right. Don to John, what's up? Happy post Turkey Day to you as well. How was your frozen turkey up in, in Alaska? You doing good, man? I see you post a lot of shorts, but you don't post any long form anymore. Come on, Don. Yep. See, Mark Toria currently regretting not getting a 9 to 5 job 25 years ago. Right. Regretting not getting? No, I don't think he's not regretting. I think he's not regretting. I think he's not regretting. I think currently regretting not getting a 9. No, I don't think Toya regrets that at all. At least the 60 terabyte bundle price didn't go up. I'll monitor Cyber Monday deals. Yeah, if you're looking for drives, the WD Red Plus drives, which are CMR drives, which are very important for storage, those are really cheap. $129 for an 8 terabyte, $189 for 12, $209 for 14 terabytes. Pretty good prices. Pretty good. Dylan says, "What about the 1.5 on Super 35? Your thoughts?" Well, so it will be interesting to see them. I have not seen them on a Super. Did I just kick my cable? On a Super 35 sensor. I've only seen them on full frame, which would then, at that point, the 1.5. I am guessing. Well, so specifically on the Rhino Super 35 V Raptor, which is actual Super 35, I probably won't. I don't know. I'll have to see, but I probably would not instantly love it because it's 1.5. 1.6, I can kinda. 1.8, I found was really close to 2, and then 2 is just normal. Yeah. Don says, "Can't wait for solid state batteries to come out. Will be a game changer." Yeah, I can imagine up there. That would be kind of nice. Because lithium up there, not so good. Not so good. Yeah, I am in battery heaven right now, learning, digging in with the solar system we talked about last week. I'm building out solar. I'm going to end up converting my entire studio to completely off-grid solar, and I'm going to end up taking you all along on the journey as I do it. Right now, I'm still in the initial testing phase, and by testing, I mean it hasn't had a problem at all. But it's kind of amazing. Makes camera rigs much lighter, too, for handheld. Yeah. I think we're still a ways away, though, Don. I mean, there's a lot of issues. I'm personally waiting for the glass batteries. I think the glass batteries have the best potential because they are very, well, the materials are relatively cheap, but they're not cheap to make. But you can drain them in like an exceptionally high rate, like a lot, way more than lipo. Lipo, there you could get like a 1C or a 2C rating on those, but like glass is something like 10 or 20C. It's insane. The bundle came with 5 Seagate Iron Wolf drives. Interesting. Are they regular Iron Wolf? I need to look that up because so. Edit if I'm gonna look up Iron Wolf. There's what's called shingled and SHR and CMR on drives, and it has to do with the way that the bits are recorded on the drive platters. And CMR, they're stacked like this. They're vertical. So they have to be this far apart. The magnetic field does not mess with the other one. They're like this. And by doing that, this north hit that north, doesn't affect it. So the bits are fine. The problem is, in order to pick up this bit, I have to pick up this bit. And so you end up with these giant blocks that you have to pick up in order to rewrite a bit, which is a problem. And I know some Iron Wolf drives are SHR and some are CMR. And SHR will give you performance issues. And let's find out if they will tell me. The Iron Wolf, they're CMR. You're fine. Okay. Iron Wolf NAS. Yeah. So you're fine. You're good. No worries. Elysium says we have 22 solar panels on our home. The cost savings are great. Yeah, we have been enjoying no sun for the last week. We've got a lot of rain, tons of rain, and it's been charging off the grid, unfortunately, because I have a constant load on it. I'm running mine. It's isolated, but I have it configured as an appliance. So if my battery level gets too low, then it's plugged into the wall, literally plugged into the wall, and it will then pull. I allow it to pull 8 amps off of my house to slowly recharge to a point. I don't let it go too high. I wish I could let it go lower, but it won't let me. So I do love, man, I tell you what, there is no bigger smile right now for me than when the sun comes out and I hear the fans spool up on that thing and I look down at my chart and I see, we're cranking. It is a huge smile for that. It's getting warm in here, actually. Ollie says, I was being sarcastic. Yeah, no, I don't know, though. There is some truth to that, though, because Australia is pretty rough. You can be sarcastic, Ollie. If you're going to be sarcastic, I just need to know that you're a sarcastic person, and then I will take you as sarcasm, and then we can have a sarcastic conversation that I'll never understand. Man, I just got some. There we go. Believe me, I edit. I understand. I just wanted you to have the information. To me, that is important for people. And there were a lot of Seagate drives. And Seagate got kind of got in trouble with it. WD really got in trouble with it for not disclosing. And I mean, it will cut your performance big time. For instance, when you have, say, 5 drives in an array, and you're reading from all of them, or writing to all of them, and rewriting, let's say it takes 20% off, it's 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. It's a lot that adds up because you have to write to them all. The only reason to regret getting a 9-to-5 job is if you've been 25 years in our business, you're still a PA. Yes, PA tears. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, people need change and variety. I was going to say, I don't regret my time in IT. The good part was that I got to transition IT to television IT, which was an easy transition at that point, which did allow me a whole lot of knowledge there, especially how the real media works inside. And the old saying, if it bleeds, it leads. Yeah. And then the other thing I learned was not invented here, which is how everything at a television station works. If you have a good idea, if it wasn't invented at the station, they're not going to do it. That's ABC for you. But I don't regret that. I regret not forcing myself towards the end on making this jump sooner. But There were financial reasons I needed to do it. It's just, Ollie says, ha ha. Yeah, well, I don't believe you, Ollie. You're being sarcastic. See what I did there? Carlos says, I use the SanDisk Extreme portable 4 terabyte solid state. Yeah, they're pretty good. SanDisks can, it just depends on how fast you push to them, but they can blow through their level 1 cache and then slow down, and they will get hot. I remember DITing with a couple of those, and we had them suspended up on, like, I think we had salt shakers or something. We had them up in the air so that air could get to all sides of them. They do seem to be less and less of a problem, kind of like the Samsung T7s were that way. They were really bad at first, and now they're not. Now they don't do that. So, yeah, they improved. But I edit. If you see the word SHR on a drive, run. Run, run, run. Unless it's literally for storing data that you're just not going to rewrite. Then it'd be perfectly fine and cheap. But for the most part, they were taking the cheap. They were selling them for the retail, the normal price, but saving the money on themselves. Storage. All right. Storage. I've talked about the storage for a while, and there's, I don't know. Let me ask Phil. You still out there, Phil? Yeah, I'll get Phil's take on it. Phil, do you think that spinning drives have an importance in first tier storage today? So people that are editing, sharing NASs, that kind of thing, do you feel like that they are something that people still need to look at, or are you thinking NVMe is now? Because I was absolutely for spinning drives, and then I'm kind of sitting on the fence now. The value is still there for spinning drives. I'm just not sure if in the long term it is. Michael says, wow, thank you. Did not know that about SHR. Oh, yes. Read up on it. It's scary. It's scary, but you don't want it. You don't want it. And I think it was the Exos drives, which are their enterprise drives. Those are the ones. And there were some Iron Wolf Pros as well. Now they clearly state it, because I think there was some kind of class action suit or something about that. Yes, sir. I'm assuming he's answering my, are you still here? Or he could just say yes, sir, again, and then that would answer the question. Michael says, lately I've only been using spinning drives for archiving, which I understand. I do get it. Okay. He says, yes, very common use spinning disks in various RAID configurations, particularly in the studios. I use NVMe for spinners. Okay, for large project 32. Okay. So I will proceed then, because I wrote it all up, which has been months now, but I wrote it all up with my initial stance of that, yeah, spinning drives have a very good value and performance out here in the world. And I was getting very good performance. I think anything a gigabyte a second is more than enough for you to edit on and do everything. Sometimes you might wait, but multiple people can use a gigabyte a second and be fine. And all of the configurations that I have done get 1 gigabyte per second, with the exception of Unraid, which is never going to get a gigabyte per second, but is not intended to. And so, I mean, the script it's freaking long. It's like 6 parts. Oh, he's still laying down there. Puppy cam. It's 6 parts, because I go in, and it's a long one, and it's a question for all of you. So some of y'all understand a lot of storage. Some of y'all understand a little, and some of y'all probably understand almost nothing about it. How long of a video is too long for you to get a detailed. I will break it down so that you fully understand it. Like literally, you will get it. But how long of a video should the parts be that you will retain the information? Because right now, like part one is like 25 minutes long if I keep it as is, and I'm scared it might be too long. But it's the initial. This is the story of storage today as it pertains to filmmakers. And then I go in and I break each one of them down and I talk about in detail what each one of them does. In a lot of cases, I'll show you how to build it, how to configure it, super easy. Yeah, it's all good stuff. Are you able to recover data from NVMe? Yeah, it's kind of hard. It is kind of hard. It can be done, but almost nobody has the ability other than the manufacturers. Synology has 2 slots for SSDs. They are planning to allow you to use them as a storage pool instead of a cache. I only added off as so caching with video is tough because it is using its understanding of what you're doing, which and it moves data to and from the cache, which can slow you down. And I find it's not that great on, unless you can control, and in Synology you can't, but on some of the like EMC, Hitachi, we could do it, HP back in the days, NetApp, you can promote storage to different tiers. So you can say, okay, this is a new project, promote it to tier 1, so it goes to the faster drives, and then that kind of stuff. But you can't do that on Synology. It'll be interesting to see how they implement it on those SSDs. Ian, hey buddy, how's it going? Yo, Josh Yo. Oh, that's somebody else. What are the storages? Yes, a storage-related series would be called. It's happened. 25 minutes isn't bad, but Phil, I would consider you on the higher end of that. Throw in a prequel and you are golden. Michael says 25 might be fine. Most important to me is to check connecting the technical and how it applies to what we do. Yes. So literally, let me go into storage, part 1. Storage for filmmakers, part 1. So page. Yeah. So I go into discussing tiers of storage. So I'm happy to answer any specific question anybody has at any time. You don't have to wait for a video to come out. So feel free, if you have a question about it, I'm happy to answer it. But I go through tiers because there's basically 3 tiers of storage. There's high performance, there's near performance, there's archive, and then there's literal tape storage after that. And you should operate things accordingly. And there are lots of options out there. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, but none of them cost a lot of money, and they're all pretty good. But I talk about direct attach storage, or I talk about direct attach hardware RAID, I talk about direct attach software RAID, I talk about internal hardware RAID and internal software RAID, which is very similar to each other. I talk about NAS. I talk about in-depth, this is all in the intro. I talk about networking. So to get to the NAS, what kind of networking, and the misconceptions about what is actually required to do it, because it doesn't require that much. You can, I'll, let's see if I can spin this little guy around here. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? I don't think it's going to work. It's going to work. I have to move this. Don't spill the drink. Don't spill the drink. This is live, folks. No edits. Get this up here. Let's see if I can zoom her in. And then we'll just crank that bad boy up, which you can kind of, there we go. There's, so, yeah, you can see, there. So just a quick little I mean, this is how frequent I'm moving things around. So on the left, that small little guy is a 2.5 gig switch, which is exceptionally affordable, but it also has two 10 gig ports in it for some good things. That white switch up there is a QNAP switch that has four 10 gig ports and eight 1 gig ports. And then there's a Synology under it. And then to the right is my Unraid. And then to the right of that is my hardware physical RAID or computer workstation with hardware physical RAID in it. And then back in the edit suite at the moment, I have a external Thunderbolt RAID that's direct. Oh, don't spin that way. Directly attached Areca, and then I have I'm just literally moving cameras just on the fly because I probably should have adjusted that ISO before I. Yeah, that's really bright. There we go. So then I have a true NAS NAS in there. There we go. That is good. So Synology, I can only get 250 megabytes a second on that Synology. The newer Synologies, you can get about 850 to 900 megabytes a second. The internal hardware, I get 1 gigabyte a second, both internal and through the network. The TrueNAS, 1.13 gigabytes per second on TrueNAS, both directions, and that is a network only. The Areca RAID, I get 1 gigabyte. Well, I get 900 to 950 to 1 gig, between 900 and 1 gig per second on those. What did I leave off? Oh, Unraid. Yeah, I said Unraid. I probably left something off. But yeah, that's a smattering of it. But like that QNAP 10 gig Ethernet switch, it's like $400, $450, $425, something like that. It's not bad at all. Like I said, most of the time, I'm just choosing drives based on getting crew wrapped and avoiding, overtime. Yeah, no, I hear that. Definitely for DIT, make sure DITs have SSDs. What I do as DITs, I have two SSDs as a DIT. I have two SSDs primary, and then I go to spinning drives after. So I dump for the rapid to the SSDs, and then I'm dumping from there to hard disk in the backgrounds, which gives them the ultimate copy that they're looking for. Scott, I don't want to be vague, but it depends on the subject matter. I think whatever you break down will be great because you come from an unbiased place and you have a great eye for detail and simplify things quick for the viewer. I appreciate that. I literally am using physical hard drives with magnetic kids' refrigerator magnets. I have, well, they were here, but we cleaned up for the kitchen set. They're over there stacked up. So I'm literally going to be placing bits on hard drives to explain so everyone can literally easily understand RAID and how it works, the various levels and how they apply in the industry. Because I want people to understand that, because I don't ever want someone to just buy something because I said so. I want people to understand what I was thinking, what I saw, and what I felt about it. And then I want you to make your decision. So I want to give you all the information and let you make your decision. Now, if you still can't decide and you have a question and you're like, which do you prefer, why? I'll give you my opinion, but still take it with a grain of salt and make your decision. One day I will consolidate all my hard drives. It'll never happen, Ollie. Oh, you are being sarcastic. Ian says, do you know if there's a way to wirelessly upload to a NAS system, like upload from the field? Like, yes. Canon, Nikon, they both had in the past, and I'm sure they do today. It was used to, the Nikons were the WT11 Canon had them too. They are wireless adapters that go onto the cameras, and they go through Wi-Fi to a storage that you could configure. They're available if you go to any amusement park of any kind, and they're taking your picture at the front gate. That's what they're using. So yes, it can be done. Now, if they do it currently, I don't know, but I think, doesn't Sony have direct to FTP now? I feel like they do. I don't know. I'm gonna dig into that. Just yo, yep. You keep good audience retention with a 25-minute. Well, I will put some comedy in there, although I don't have any written in there. I didn't even leave no, this was serious. I didn't leave a single spot. Nope. Not a joke at all in there. We can fix that. Greg says, I've been a proponent of a SLC SSDs. Yes, SLC is very nice. Since 2006, and even managed to get a 4 SSD RAID on my tiny 2-pound Vio. Sony Vio. I have one from 1998 before Sony implemented it. I dig it. I really wanted to find out if running a bunch of, because they like the Samsung Evo TLC, not the QLC, the TLC 1 terabyte drives are super cheap. So you could pick up like 8 of them for like $800. I just wonder if that's a viable 8 terabyte speed demon right there, because that's about 450 megabytes a second per. Could be fun. This guy is baller. You are cool. The Godfather, Michael Corleone, maybe, but I don't think so. Is this being filmed on a Raptor? It is not. I do not own a Raptor, not yet. I will be owning a V Raptor Super 35 soon. Not as soon as I want, but soon. It is going to happen because I know it will happen. But that's where I'm going for. This is currently being filmed. That's actually a Sony A7 IV on that one right there. We have Dragon sitting over there in the cabinet. Komodo is sitting right here. There's a A7S III here. There's a I can't ever remember the stupid term. The FX30 over here. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Filament. Hey, Johnny Brooks. We were talking about you earlier, but we're not talking about you now. Was it too late to join tonight? How you doing? I took a poll out there and said, Johnny wants to be on. Should we let Johnny on? And I think the consensus was that it would be fun. I don't know if it was consensus, but it would be fun for me to just do another live stream where we just bring on one of you fine folks on like every week and shoot the poo kind of thing, so to speak. What do you think? What stills camera would you buy if you absolutely had to and could only own one? So, do we care about video or is it just stills? Because I would probably, I don't know, that'd be tough. I would give the Sony A1 a look. I would give the Canon R3 a look. I would give the Pentax, the DJI Hasselblad, the 100 megapixel. I'd give that one a look. All of those would be really good stills only cameras, and I might just enjoy the medium frames on those. Do serve shares to clients, or is this all in-house? Are you asking about the storage? No one has access to my storage. My storage is multi layers deep in firewalls, many levels of protection. Some people will understand what that means and laugh to themselves while never saying anything. When it comes to data security, Scotty don't play. I am a secure son of a gun. That just comes from years and years of experience. Michael says, "Wow, that's a great workflow. It's fun. I use Synology. We use for our everyday file server kind of thing, and I use it for movies. We store all our movies on there. Unraid I use for archive, and it is double protected. And then the others are used for online fast editing storage and back and forth and moving all around. And then TrueNAS is where everything is going eventually here. The Thinking Art Entertainment. How's it going, everyone? Going very good. Brandon, hello, Brandon. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Brandon. Ian says, so Scott, what you're saying is there's a need for that. Wow. Okay, so nice icebreaker there. Yes. And where is it that you work again? I feel like Ian works at some transmission company. I believe it's Hollyland. So if you're looking for Hollyland products, Ian will be able to answer questions for Hollyland. It'll be interesting to test some Hollyland. Just saying. And we're going to jump on a live together. Yeah. I just answered that. Good God, that's a lighter. Oh, these are amazing. Oh, this is my buddy Bill, not Bill Howard on here, but Bill Hertzing, who occasionally will pop up on here. He got one of these. I think his wife got it for him for Christmas one year, and I was just like, every time, because like I've had these forever, and they're fine, but they always break. But this, champ, and it has a huge capacity. It's incredible. Josh's Journey. Hey, finally, I have a good time. Hey, Josh. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Hope you all doing well. We're doing fine. We're doing good. How are you liking the FX30? Yeah, Reach. I'm having struggles. I still don't know if I'm keeping it yet. Originally, I thought it was going to instantly replace this A7 IV, and it can't. I like it, but I don't want another Sony camera. I wanted to replace one. And then, we just got the Minky V&D for Sony in. Nice. I'm interested in hearing about that one. I'm sure you'll have a review up soon. Wow, Johnny. How about dinner and drinks for... Oh, wait, you're being sarcastic. Hey, Josh. Ian says, I volunteered Dave to be your first guest. Why don't you stand up, sir, right now, turn around, walk 4 feet, extend your hand, and right up the side of the back of his head. He'll be like, what? My headphones. But I have tried to get him on here many, many times, and the pain, because he didn't want to tick off the actors union or whatever, SAG. So I want Dave on here because, yeah, we would cause all kinds of trouble. Ali, I think the A7R5 could be a better choice over the A1 for most, where I want to see dynamic range on it. I have not seen any dynamic range shots on it yet. So until I do, no. Depends on the type of settings you're still will be in. Most action, fast-paced, I'd say A1. Yeah, that's at the moment. I am torn between getting an R3 and an R5, or a Sony A7 R5 and an A7 IV. The A7 R5 has potential to, well, the A7 R5 should be in a completely different class than the A7 IV. However, the A7 IV has pretty nice dynamic range. It shoots pretty good video. The A7R5, if the dynamic range is there, then it would be better than the A7 IV. If it's not there, the R5, just not loving it. I'll wait for the R5 Mark II. The R3, everybody loves the R3, and it shoots raw video at 6K. But if it's a bit more hybrid or just non-crazy speed subjects of the A7R4, the R5 is, well, the R4 does not have great dynamic range, which is why I say I want to find out. I know it's using the same sensor, but it's just a question of were they able to extract any more range out of the R5? Because if it's the R4, I'm not going to be happy with that dynamic range unless you need 10-bit color for video. Yeah. The R5 has 10-bit, doesn't it? I thought the R5 has 10-bit. The R4 does not. Yeah, okay, that's what you're saying. Yeah, R4 does not have 10-bit. R5 has 10-bit. Yes. Subtle, Ian. Yeah, that was pretty smooth in there. I shoot mostly events, corporate, commercial, never sports. I mean, with events, I'm going to be looking for the lowest light performer I can get my hands on. Not because events really need it, but sometimes they do. But usually when I'm shooting an event or corporate, it's always the B-roll. And if I can walk in there, like, that's why I love the A7S3 or the FX3. I can't ever get their names right. Because I can, boom, bump it up into 12,800, slap on some 4K 120, and pull some amazing B-roll. Who doesn't love slow motion? Who doesn't? I want to know. Yeah. For video, I'm using FX. So you have it. Okay. Prefer Canon's image. Interesting. I don't know if I agree 100% on preferring Canon. I like Canon's image, but I've gotten so, I don't know if it used to is the right word for Sony. I've been very comfortable with Sony's recent color science. I really like it. It says, Johnny, if you were wanting the codecs and the colors to match the best, then the R5 would be a good option. Yes. Greg says, would be cool if Scott got some Hollyland wireless transmission sets with zero latency, like 1T to test. One transmitter, 2 receivers would be a good one. Also, remember, Scotty prefers longer range because that's where we use them. Showcase and keep. Who here would watch that? I'm pretty sure we would have some people watching that. We would watch that. Sony A7 IV is way more hybrid. It is, but it does some nice things. I like it. That's my problem with the FX30. It doesn't have a physical shutter. There's no bulb mode, which, I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't have expected it because I know it's supposed to be the cinema line, but it also does stills. I just never would have considered that they would take the bulb mode out. I'm like, but bulb, I like bulb. Matt Weeks. Hello, Matt Weeks. Happy Thanksgiving. And again, Matt, thank you for being a channel supporter and a member. I appreciate you. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I smoked the best turkey I've ever eaten, and it's hard for me to say that because I'm not conceited, but it was really good, and so I'm excited to share that one on how that's done. Ollie says, I feel next year the gap between Sony and Canon will be the closest it's been in years. I think you're right. Yeah, I think well, the truth being told, the gaps are all closing in. Everybody's closing in because everybody's figuring out how to do it. And oh yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about the, which do you guys think is doing all the catching up? Well, it's been a volleyball match lately. Canon has been the tortoise in the race. Yeah, everybody's not well. So okay, yes, I'm confident they will. So Nikon, that was it, the Z9. It's a pretty good camera. It takes some pretty good video, and they got problems because they're potentially, I'm not taking a side, but they're potentially infringing on patents and are currently involved in litigation with said patent holder, which I find interesting and obvious, rather. But talking about, so the rumor is, these were topics I brought up at the very beginning and said we would talk about it at some point. There's a rumor that the new Canon C700 Mark II will have red code, R3D ability in there, which is possible. I don't know if it's probable, but I would definitely say it's possible. And I say it's possible, well, I say it's possible for a lot of reasons, because I'm pretty sure, don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure anybody could license the technology from Red to do this. They probably just didn't want to because maybe they didn't feel like the market was necessary, or maybe the fees were high. I mean, you have to understand in business, for Red to license that out, they need to make enough license on that so that any removal of their sales would be compensated in licensing, which is how you do it. But with Red being cozy, I guess would be the appropriate term with Canon, it is possible that they could do it. And why I think this would be a good thing is, as we were talking about earlier, the absolute soonest that anybody could use compressed RAW in camera would be May 2028. And that would be an older version of how it would be done, and you most likely would not want to do it that way. You would want to use what Red has patented in addition to that, which is how they use the green channel information, which is interesting. It's fascinating reading up on those patents, which that patent expires in 2034. So that's a long time. But think about this for a second. 2028, May. So now you can finally do it. You could be developing it. That's fine. You can't use it. You could be developing it. Now you put it out there to sell to the market. But Blackmagic doesn't support it. Premiere doesn't support it. Final Cut doesn't support it because you can't get it to them, because you can't manufacture a violation of a patent. So you now have to wait for all the NLEs to catch up, implementing whatever codec you've invented that has to work. Like Canon Raw Light, when the C200 first came out, I mean, what was it like? Was it 15, 18 months before people could actually do the right things in Premiere with it? It was totally unrealistic. So just think about coming to market with a whole new codec and getting mainstream support and all the things that are now going to have to work with it. You know, maybe a noise reduction doesn't work with that codec for some reason. Who knows? So licensing, even for whatever it costs, licensing Red code, if it is allowed to be, if they would license it, gives you two things. Number one, an immediate jump on the market. Immediate. You now are completely supported across the board. All the NLEs support it. It is mature. It's been out for 20 years. Everybody knows how to handle it. So you get a jump. That's kind of a big deal. And I could definitely see where Canon might say, Let's play a game. Well, Reach, the court systems always take forever. I don't believe, I am not an attorney, nor do I play one on TV. But my personal opinion is based upon what I read. I don't believe Nikon is going to be successful at it. I don't know. I splashed. Leica is Rolex. Yes, yes. Leica is more of a personal feeling, but I can honestly say that sometimes all it takes is a personal connection to something to make you use it. Damascene, nice. Hello. Boom, boom, dip, yep. What would be the best stills camera for low light specifically with a minimum of 20 megapixels, so no Sony A7? Well, that's your problem. I think the R3 does really well with low light. Low light comes from big pixels. It's just how it works. Big light wells make more photons per capture, or faster. Either that or you're running signal processing, which is what everybody's doing. I would ask, why can't you use an A7S III? What is it? What is it? That's weird. There's like a chin butt there. Weird. I almost put my Santa hat on, but then I remembered it's 70 degrees outside and I'd be sweating. Yeah, I would ask, why can't you use the A7S III? I remember shooting on 6 megapixel cameras and thought that the image was beautiful. Ian says, Johnny, my R4 is fine, up to 4K ISO at night. Personally, I don't like to go past 2,500, but it's okay. Well, Ian, the good thing with a 61 megapixel sensor is you can sample out when you go to publish something or put it out there. You can sample out noise very easily. You have tons of pixels. You also can denoise it and not lose hardly any detail. It's kind of nice. If Canon licensed R3D, the immense user base would help a lot with adoption. It would. If that were to happen, and I honestly do not know, and I would never ask because it's just one of those questions. They obviously can't answer that. So the big question is, who talked? Of course. But if they were to do it, I don't see it as a negative. I think that is a reasonable match. Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I think it'd be fine if anybody wanted to license it. Why not? If it's licensable. Don't know for a fact. I'm pretty sure it is, though. It is licensable. It is absolutely correct. I find that my A7S III is just ever so slightly lacking in resolution for crops or prints. Depends on what you're printing too, but I mean, I can see that. I could understand that. Gregory 100%. Ian says, haha, I know I am spoiled with 61 megapixels. Yep. Well, you know, the Canon R5 Mark II is going to have 61 megapixels. Wouldn't it be funny if Canon was actually using the Sony sensor? They wouldn't do it, but it's a backlit 61 megapixel CMOS sensor. It'd be pretty funny if it was a Sony. It would be even funnier if the dynamic range wasn't there. Ian, what do you think of the dynamic range of the A7 IV? Tell me what you think about that. And it says, I'm back. back with turkey salad sandwich in tow. Yes, the bread is toasted. Thank you. Now, turkey salad sandwich. Okay. What what is your base of that? Did you go mustard or mayonnaise? And whatever you answer, I'm gonna give you a plus to add to it. Now, you may not like it, but I freaking love it on turkey, and I'm a changed man. I tell you, changed. Ian says Johnny Books. That could be an issue with the sharpness, then, not the actual resolution. Apple's been blowing up with their shot on iPhone photos for you. This is true, but in fairness, Apple does now have a 48 megapixel camera. But it is true, the perception of sharpness and pixels. If it's a clean pixel, you can definitely do fine with it. Johnny says, do we think Panasonic will manage to redeem itself with autofocus and more lens options, or will they fall by the wayside? I don't know. Their autofocus has always been lacking, although it was a perfect smoke ring. I know the S1, I think it was better. I just realized that you can see in the window there, you can see some blue lights coming through. I am performing a review on the Amaran rope string lights. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make one. So they are being stress tested right now, and been playing with some fun techniques and designs with the light, because that's what they're for. Actually, they're not bad. I mean, they're the same that I said. There is an inherent to them with the price versus what it is. But the price covers situs, which is important and an important part. The rest of it is pretty standard. It says just mayo. Well, you did not bake a turkey salad sandwich with just turkey and mayo, did you? Caesar salad dressing. So I have been putting that. So if you're using mayo and other stuff, take half of the mayo out, put Caesar salad dressing in there. It's incredible. It just takes turkey to the next level. You better have some pickles in there too, by the way. Pickles and turkey actually go really well together. GH6 image is pretty nice, to be honest. I think their image quality is amazing, to be honest, especially the S1H. I know that line when the S1H came out really elevated. It was full frame, right? Yeah, full frame. A lot more features in recording. Just a lot more than GH5, GH5S. GH6, I've seen some interesting things on it. I don't hate it. I just kind of on Panasonic right now. I'm just kind of you need a moist maker at least. You're not supposed to say that word. People don't like that word. Turkey is fantastic. I would have mayonnaise, mustard, and Caesar dressing. That would be my base liquid. And then I would put Parmesan cheese in there. That would be help bind it a little bit. I love Parmesan cheese. Always goes good in everything. And if you've never had a turkey Caesar salad, I mean, that's where it comes from. You get Parmesan, you get it's delicious. But toasted butter. What kind of bread dough? What kind of bread did you do? Because we're judging. We We want to know, and I'm getting pizza tonight. I'm not eating the turkey till tomorrow. I feel like pizza tonight, like pizza tonight. It's been a good live stream. I didn't think anybody was going to be on here. I don't think that's the case. Apparently, Hasselblad is using Sony for their sensors. I don't think that's the case at all. I think, well, DJI owns Hasselblad, and I'm pretty sure DJI took Hasselblad and developed it and then are co-working it outward. I have not heard anything about Hasselblad using Sony, but I could be wrong. And I don't think Sony has a 100 megapixel sensor. Do they? Phil might know. I feel like that's just kind of one of those things that they would probably have to disclose. What is the deal with splashing my face? Stay away from the easy ones. Ian, no. There's no sport in the easy ones. This is well, this is not getting good actually now. This is one that I used to enjoy 20 years ago, and I just literally had that prop stick at the bottom of my storage facility. Just hearty white bread? I'll try your tips next. We'll see. White bread's okay. Sourdough's good. I like sourdough. I like wheat bread. But white bread, Texas toast that. Thicker would be good. And definitely butter the heck out of that. And yeah, toast the heck. You didn't dry toast, did you? You didn't just literally. I feel like you might have just stuck them in the toaster with your mayonnaise only turkey salad. I feel like Scott's Raw Cuts is going to have a turkey salad episode. A couple of links said the new Hasselblad medium format sensor is a Sony one. That's interesting. Phil might know the disrespect. I guess Sony makes all kinds of sensors, but man, I'm just not aware. It's been a while since I downloaded their sensor chart, but Johnny says, I'm flying over for a turkey parmesan sandwich. Smoke a couple of props, and then hijack it. Okay, all right, that'll work. You just want the turkey sandwich, because I do other things really, really well. I'm pretty good. I mean, he is passed out down here. You can't even see him. I don't think he's here. Oh, he's look at him. He's having a bad dream. Oh. He does a lot of running in his dreams. It's sad. Yeah, turkey parmesan, good stuff. I would for a good turkey sandwich, I would do bread cut in a French bread would make really good turkey, but I would cut it in a more of a not quite a sub. I'm not enjoying that anymore. Not quite a sub, but kind of an oblong bread, because I like cutting them in diagonals, like a panini kind of. Yeah, those are good. I noticed iEdit's getting all quiet now. Did I get your number? Did you stick it in the toaster? You did, didn't you? You did. We know it now. We've been there. We've all done it. Okay, how about this? Tuna salad. Okay, real tuna salad with eggs, pickles. Do you put cayenne in your tuna salad, or do you guys not like cayenne in your tuna salad? That's a question. What is your favorite international foreign cuisine? Well, it's also mixed these days as to what is international and or not. And my favorite is tough because I mean, there's a lot of food from all over the world that I absolutely love. Sushi, is it technically Japanese? If it is, I like sushi from Japan. I like pho. Vietnamese pho is really good. I love Thai, like a pad Thai. Love me some Thai food. Um, I love ramen, which is everything Japanese-ish. Almost everything Italian. Almost everything Italian is delicious. Um, was it Greek food? Love Greek. What is the the meat? Uh, Greek Mediterranean food. Love that. Yeah. So yeah, we're having a problem narrowing this down. What my favorite is because I don't have one. I have them all. I like them all. Turkey tetrazzini for the win. I haven't tried that, but that does actually sound like a good little thing. I also like anything with cheese. Uh, the French are good cheesists. I like cheesists. Uh, I like I like every kind of cheese. I don't think there's a cheese that I've had yet that I didn't like. I definitely, I definitely missed the mark on the sandwich. I had to hurry back. That's funny. Indian food, yes, Indian food is delightful, especially the naan bread. Oh man, that stuff. It's two or three ingredients, but it's so good. And then the pinch and eat. I love it. It's spicy, which I do like. Thai curry, I like Thai curry too. Curry in Indian food, also good. Well, I like red curry. I think red curry. That's the spicier one. Um, I think Italian is a shout, but Nepalese is a total underdog you need to try. I'm down for any cooking, but what I'm not down for is different foods or different things added. So if you make a chicken a completely different way, I'm all down for that. But I'm not going to necessarily enjoy an iguana. I don't know if anybody does iguanas, probably not. But I don't know that I would enjoy that. But I have tried quite a lot of things. I can tell you alligator's pretty good. It's kind of amazing. Um, I draw the line with some Russian dishes, ox tongue and a bunch of dishes. And no, I see tongue. I'm not eating the tongue. I don't like heart and I don't like liver. Um, I don't like intestines, so no chitlins for me. I've had those. I don't like them, and I don't like um, um, what's the Mexican comfort soup, but it's stomach and uh, that's yeah, I don't do that. Uh, I have one rule: meat cut from below the head and no outer organs. It's a good rule. It's a good rule. I can't have a problem with that. I'm totally fine with that. What is the what is the I'm just gonna look it up. It's if you've never had it, you might love it, but I absolutely hate it. I don't like tripe with it's menudo. Yeah, don't like menudo. Scottish deep fried Mars bar. Okay, I like Mars bars. Oddly, I don't like almonds really, but you can deep fry anything. It's pretty good, except for tongue or that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, count me out of the organs of the head. No feet. Yeah, I did try feet once, and I did not like that experience at all. Haggis. Haggis. Nope. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I had haggis for my tea. Do you know what's in it? Oh, I know what's in it. Yes, yes, I know exactly what's in it, and I am not doing it. Not gonna do it. I do like the Scotch eggs. Those are good. I don't know if those are actually Scottish though. What other foods? Man, I'm hungry because washed down with an iron brew. What is? What have I eaten that's been wild? I can't quite. I pretty much just say no. It's like if it's really like escargot was a really tough one for me, and I don't like it. Um, so that I do like oysters though, which is weird because one of them is a snot in a rock and the other one is a snot in a shell. So I don't know what. That is literally true, and I'm a living stereotype. You are not supposed to know what's in it if you want to eat it. I also don't like blood sausage. Not a fan. Um, Iron Brew outsells Coke in Scotland. Ah, yes. Johnny, you want to hear my Scottish accent? It was, what did what was the line I was going to have you read? Oh, yeah, it's crop. It's, oh, yeah, I like crop. It's like, what is he? What was the, what was the line again? Wait until you dig in to what they call raw. Was that pretty good? I did not use the word nigh when you said not nigh. That's good. I did not pick up on that one. That was a good one. Calf's liver cooked by a well-trained chef is the best. Serve it with bacon or onion over mashed potatoes. I don't like I don't like anything with a twang. Tea, I don't like Dr. Pepper. I don't like liver. It has a twang. Tripe has a burn, kind of a weird aftertaste. I don't like aftertastes a lot. Unless it's butter. That's delicious. Um, uh, you don't really hear about veal, but veal is delicious. Sad, but delicious. We enjoy haggis, iron brew, and freedom. Okay, it's a good Scot. You're a good Scot. How do you feel about the latest trend of meatless meat? I, my feeling is fine. If it makes your day, if it somehow makes you happier, cool. You do you. I'm totally fine with that. But do not come to me and tell me that I have to eat it and I cannot eat something else. Don't do that. That's not going to happen. It's just not going to be happening. Them's fighting words, as they say. They changed the recipe, though. Never been the same. Interesting. Yep, ever since they took the sugar out, it's been way less fun. Anyone do? Yes, I do like bone marrow. Bone marrow is actually pretty good. It does have, it almost breaks my twang rule because it does have a twang, but it's a savory twang, so it's different. I think we're about to have a incident. Beyond Meat products are the best I've tried. So is it Beyond that was called out recently for the really, really poor hygiene, or not hygiene, but I'm sitting here playing with it. I should not be playing with it. That is sharp. They had black mold and all kinds of. Ew. I don't know. That's not. What bothers me about there were two competitors for Beyond or for the meatless meat. so many tales, and now the vegetable took me out. Who took me down? Big vegetable. Yeah, one of them had a lot of chemicals and all kinds of stuff to make it meat, kind of. And I know everyone that's tried Beyond said it really does taste like it, but then when they learn what's in it, they're like, no, no, I don't think so. Also, I did try on the eating healthy front. I did try where every single person will tell you if you get a giant, what are they called, the big mushroom, and you have to flatten the top and you fry it up really good, then it turns into exactly the same thing as a hamburger. It was not. It was okay. I could eat half of one, but after about half, I started not liking it, and I like mushrooms. It was weird. Absolutely love tofu burgers. I'm not a. I do tofu in like soups, like Asian soups, where the was it I can't think of it, but I like tofu in that. But I don't like tofu, but I like it. It just sucks up the flavor and everything, which is fine. Interesting that you guys call it blood sausages. We call it black pudding. Yes, indeed. Live and let live. Simple. Yeah, fair. I accidentally tasted some Beyond Meat and it wasn't bad, but nothing beats a properly cured steak. Tartare? Yes. Yes, and it's hard to get tartare in America properly because tartare isn't supposed to be prepared in America because we have standards. Well, we don't need standards anymore because the rest of the world can do it and they're just fine. Why can't we? Yes, Gregory agreed. If you like steak, you must try Aberdeen Angus. It's second only to Kobe beef. I like Angus is good and Kobe beef is good. There's a lot of good beef out there. I definitely like. I don't like West Texas cows. If you have to walk too far to eat, that's going to be some tough meat. And that just rhymed. Now, that's our motto over here at West Texas Cows. Yeah, we have to walk a long way to eat, but you've never had a tougher piece of meat. Y'all come back. There we go. Ollie says it has a very close texture to meat, and when put in a load of burgers to say, yeah, that's literally what everybody said that did try it. One of the reasons I didn't want to try it, because I would eat it to try it, but it was like $17 compared to like $6 for like a regular burger, and I was like, I'm not spending 17 to try something to say I tried something. What is next raw cuts? I don't know what I'm going to do first. So turkey is going to be done very soon. What I'm doing right now, I'm hooking up water to my little sink right there. The background is, oh yeah, we'll get into lighting here in just a minute. Background is going to be a simple background. I'm going to put some small shelves with noodles and cans on the wall. And we're just going to use that for a little bit. I've just got to shoot some comedy stuff on this brick wall first. But that won't take long and it won't be long. But we've got quite a few things that we're going to do on there. Red beans and rice we're going to be doing on there. We're going to be doing the turkey. There is my daughter's boyfriend makes a really good Italian dish his way, and it's really good. So I've been kind of running with that one and gonna finish putting my little tweaks on it. His is really good, but I'm gonna tweak it my way, and then we're gonna do that one too. There's quite a bit on there. But soon, I am really excited for Raw Cuts now. I'm just, it's tis the season. Uh, right now, I just discovered the pantograph lighting fixtures overhead. I've seen and worked with overhead lighting rigs for 20 years, but pantograph with the extendable up and down and move them all around. Oh my God, did that just open my world? So that is $1,500 that I've got to now budget, because then I can use the same lights, just turn them around for here, turn them there. They can all move around. Oh, that'd be a game changer. Gonna be great. I make steak tartare at home because even gourmet restaurants run it through a grinder, and you can't beat a hand cut one. That's true. The first tartare I had was at a very fine establishment, and it was really good, and it was cut. I am from Aberdeen, so I get to feed the cows before you eat them in the States. Hello, Luca. How is Italy? We were just talking about Italian food, too. Johnny says, apologies if you discovered this earlier. The Sony FX6 is suddenly coming into stock everywhere. Well, so the problem was that they had supply chain issues, and they couldn't get them out. So there was a huge back order. They have fixed their supply chain issue now and have a lot of stock of stuff and are pushing it out. So it was not manufacturer scarcity. They, believe me, they really did want to sell all the ones they could. New production lines, cut corners, no, but it was definitely supply chain issues, which they have since resolved. And I would have to do quite a bit of. There it is again. Big vegetable coming to knock me out. Took me right off the stream. No, big vegetable, stay off my stream. I would need to do a lot. I've never made steak tartare. I know it's not difficult at all, but I really need to understand what goes into selecting that cut of meat. And there's some other things done with it. But I definitely would have to do a lot of research on it, which I'm not opposed to. That might be interesting. Gregory says, hey, Luca. Ali says, buonasera, Luca. Buonasera? Is that buonasera? Yeah. Stupid question, but is there any compelling reason to buy an FX9 today? What will they replace it? I feel like they will replace it, although they don't want to, because those fall into, they are a documentary slash lower budget television showish slash reality TV superstar. And they use the heck out of those. So I don't think it's a strong seller though, not anymore. So I don't know. I would not spend that much money to get a 4K camera. That one. But that's just me. Unless you had lots of reality TV jobs. And then, yeah, then you could. All right, I was going to look for that. What? Quit. Where is? Pizza's here. So, anybody got any last questions or comments or anything they want to get through? Because pizza's here and I'm hungry. I am ready to eat it. So, what do we got? What do we got? Bring it on. We got like 3-4 minutes. That gives you 30 seconds for delay, plus about a minute to type in your question, and then we can go from there. Ali, you are absolutely right. It is insane how many camera options are out there, and I used to say it all the time, and I felt like it was just silly repeating it over and over again, but the truth is, what a time to be a filmmaker. You have so many options. And isn't it interesting now Yeah, it's interesting how much cameras are also becoming flavors, or they're becoming characters. That there are different looks that come from different cameras, and not just size. But it's interesting. What is your pizza topping of choice? Oh, that is definitely one I'm going to also be doing is pizza. And I'm going to be enjoying diving into pizza. I am a New York pizza style guy. My pizza topping of choice, pepperoni. That's what I want on my pizza. Lots of pepperoni. That's that's what I want. That's what I mean, I'll eat the others, but there's just something about a really large, properly made or four. um, no questions. Enjoy your pizza, and thank you for the great talk. Thank you, Greg. King says, having Sony glass, would you consider an FX6? If you have Sony glass, I would. Yeah, FX6 is by far one of the best bargain, ready-made run and gun cameras out there. Period. It's cheap. No, it's not cheap. It's affordable. It is extremely capable. It makes a great image. It has all the pro features. It's in a good, compact, usable, manageable body size. I mean, it's definitely a good camera. There is a Netflix show on pizza. You have my attention. I love pizza. All right, it says, thank you, Scott. Great as always. You should roll credits. It's a good point. I'm still trying to find, if anybody knows of anything, I want a media playback device that can trigger from the ATEMs. But I don't want to spend that kind of money. A software solution would be great. I found a couple, but they were very expensive. And I'm like, why would I buy software that costs more than the media players from Blackmagic? But if I get a media player, I bought several Raspberry Pis. I have several small, tiny computers. I can do it with VLC, but it won't auto trigger, not right now. But if anybody knows of anything, I'm all game. I would run credits. That'd be kind of fun. Salty meat plus pineapple. I am not opposed. I don't have a problem with pineapple on pizza. I know. Just hold your comments, people. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's delicious. Works great, but it definitely has to be salty. Definitely has to be salty with it. The Munchies series on pizza is awesome. All right. I saw the Munchies. I didn't know that's what it's called. So now I know what it's called. Now I'm going to watch it. Awesome. Everyone. Oh, wait. We have a different person. What's the biggest rival to the FX6, and why is it in the real world? The C70's biggest holdback is not its image, because it makes a beautiful image. It is its form factor. People don't like the form factor, and it's Super 35, which is weird because there's nothing wrong with Super 35, but people don't want it. FX6 is just a hell of a bang for the buck. CDP, hi. Do you have any DIY or lower solutions for Rode blimp rain covers? It's good force for shooting in the rain. Oof. I mean, you can't. I mean, the only thing you can do for rain is you need a cover of like a dead cow would be, or dead bear. I mean, you're going to have your well, the blimps, they're called dead. There's a bigger name for them, dead fox or something like that. You need something above it. What I would invent, I don't run sound that much. And when I do run sound, I'm not usually running it in the rain. But if you were to take an umbrella and cover it with a exceptionally thick fake fur from a fabric store, just completely cover it and then hold that over the blimp or position it over the blimp, the water's going to hit it. It's going to be the speed of the water will be slowed down by the fur. The density will then slow it all down. The thickness of it will counteract much of the rain. So you're not going to get that pop, 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 pop that we all enjoy, especially when someone holds an actual umbrella. That's your best bet. And I've honestly never seen anybody do that. But that's what I would do to do that if I was going to put my blimp in the rain. Please, more YouTube shorts. I love the last one. Okay, that one was tough. That one was really tough. Uh, you should see the behind the scenes. It's kind of funny. It was really tough. Lower price. That's fake fur on an umbrella. That is the lowest price you're going to get, and I think that's probably the best. And thanks for the invention ideas. Hey, just remember me when you get famous. Remember me. Call it a dead Scott. Never thought I'd cover again. I mean, that's the best thing you can do because you've got to break up the sound of the snap and the crackle and the pop and the Rice Krispies. Okay, so gonna go eat my pizza. Everyone, hope you have a wonderful Black Friday. Remember, Phil Holland's film LUTs are on Film Color. $75 off today, I think only. That's a heck of a deal. If you're loving LUTs and you especially love red LUTs, definitely check into his. We've had him on here. There's a live stream of him showing how to use them properly, and I mean he's got hundreds and hundreds of very usable LUTs that come from movies. What an actual movie style would be. And it's really good. But everyone, great weekend. Ollie, thank you as always. Ollie, Luca, thank you. Camille, you stayed up. Camille, good for you. Now go get some sleep. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. And I'm rolling credits right now. Rolling the credits. See those credits? Look at that. It's like Scott. Special thanks to Ollie. Scott. Thank you, everyone, for joining Scott.